Hey guys, it's me, Crystyle, and welcome back to my channel. So, last month was February, and if you're subscribed, you probably know what that means. For the past 2 years, I've been starting a trend of making Luigi videos. Sounds a bit weird saying out loud. Luigi videos for the month of love. But this year, things didn't really work out. However, March 14 is White Day, a follow-up to Valentine's Day where people return the favour of giving their loved ones gifts. And so, as my White Day gift, an apology to you guys, I'm going to talk about how I think Nintendo can finally make Luigi and Daisy's relationship feel real. So, Luigi's Mansion. To sum it up, you play as Luigi, team up with a mad scientist, bust ghosts, and save Mario. And it's like that for every game in the series. Now, despite never getting the chance to play the games myself, I love the Luigi's Mansion series. They look fun, the character interactions are great, and my favourite Super Mario character is the player character. A grand W in my opinion. However, after Luigi's Mansion 3 came out, I couldn't help but feel a tad bit disappointed. And that's because we now have 3 Luigi's Mansion games, and not one of them has featured Daisy. Now, I know some of you are watching this video and probably going, "Silence, you incompetent harlot! Super Mario games aren't supposed to be about romance. They're children's games about playing as funny Italian men and beating up turtles. We don't need an irrelevant redhead with a squeaky voice getting in the way of that." But just hear me out for a second. I know Daisy doesn't have to be in a Luigi's Mansion game, but as Luigi's love interest, it makes sense. Mario can have 10,000 games about saving Princess Peach and have them show affection for each other, but Luigi can't have one mainline game with him at least hanging out with Daisy. Luigi's Mansion 3 was such a perfect opportunity for Daisy to be a part of the story, because the stakes could be slightly raised higher for Luigi, trying to save the love of his life as well as impressing her. But nope. Not only did Mario just have to be kidnapped again, but so did Peach, who already suffers too much from that as it is, and a few measly little toads. Luigi's Mansion 3 is what? The 3rd or 4th time Mario canonically gets kidnapped, and it's kinda odd, considering that he's supposed to be the brave brother who can overcome anything and has defeated villains, including Boo's, many times. Not saying that Mario can't get in these situations, but it kinda conflicts with the way he's written, if you get what I mean. But on the plus side, Luigi's Mansion 3 turned out to be a great game, with us getting to see some cute interactions between our favourite characters, so I'll let that game slide. But Luigi's Mansion 4, this is where we give Mario a break from the series and change up the status quo. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary besties, let me propose to you what I think should happen in the next installment. I think that Luigi's Mansion 4 should take place in Sarasaland, Princess Daisy's kingdom. This is because Sarasaland as a whole has a lot of potential for scenarios and characters for a storyline. Sarasaland and Daisy originate from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. In that game, Daisy is kidnapped by a whole-ass alien called Tatanga. And hey, some would say that aliens are pretty spooky. So I'm thinking that maybe Tatanga could return as a villain, maybe standalone or teaming up with King Boo to abduct Daisy for one reason or another. Also, throughout the Luigi's Mansion games, Luigi's locations seem to be getting bigger, and in the 3rd game, he's not even in a mansion but a hotel. So it would make sense for the next location to be even bigger, and that's where Daisy's castle comes in. Luigi's Mansion 4 could have Luigi busting ghosts and other enemies in a huge castle. More rooms to explore, along with more cool designs for said rooms. It's also a great opportunity to finally see Daisy's castle, as we've seen Peach and Rosalina's homes many times. Peach more so. Going back to the advantages of taking place in Terrasse Land, Super Mario Land introduced a bunch of unique enemies, and an enemy that I think would be so fitting for this game is the Pionpi. Pionpi? Bruh. Pionpi are zombie-like enemies based on Jiangshi, I hope I said that correctly, a creature from Chinese mythology. Zombies? Ghosts? Aliens? Now we'll truly have a monster mash. Other Terrasse Land inhabitants that could also make fitting enemies are Kumo, a big hairy-ass spider, Sue, I think that's how you say it, another type of spider, and literal flies. Why the flies? Because 1, they're already creepy as is, and 2, flies are known to be attracted to light. Luigi needs a torch. Maybe there can be a mechanic where Luigi will have to keep his torch off for a bit to avoid the flies. Because what's a game without challenges, am I right? Now with all these ideas, we're gonna need a story. Here's what I'm thinking. Princess Daisy invites Luigi to her castle for lunch, or something, I don't know. Luigi, Polterpup, and Daisy hang out until they're disturbed by Tatanga and King Boo. Now, maybe King Boo is, like, helping him because, you know, he wants that sweet revenge on the Mario Brothers, so he's like, hey yo, Tatanga, let me join you. And maybe Tatanga's just like, hey yo, if you help me, then I will give you some cool alien thingamabob, I don't know, you'll be powerful and shit. Tatanga mind controls all of Daisy's subjects once again, and tries to kidnap Daisy again. Daisy gets a few punches in because, you know, she's Daisy. She knows how to fight, but is unfortunately overpowered. Luigi is chased away and finds himself somewhere in the castle. It's up to Luigi to now defeat Tatanga and King Boo to save Daisy. Now, you guys may be wondering, hey yo, Crystile, you're forgetting something. Where is E-gadd? We need to bring E-gadd into this somehow. I have 2 ideas for that. 1, E-gadd can be found locked up somewhere nearby as he was minding his business on holiday, but he was spotted by King Boo, and King Boo was probably like, hey yo, I know you. I don't want you, you know, ruining the plan, so I'm gonna lock you up, bruh. 2, Luigi, in distress, calls up E-gadd, as it's another King Boo situation. Now, once again, he's either coincidentally already in the area because he's on holiday, or he makes his way to Terrasse Land by teleporting, or maybe some other travel method. If you remember from Luigi's Mansion 2, E-gadd is quite capable at doing the whole teleportation thing. Also, as part of the story, I think there should be a bit where you get to play as Daisy. So what I'm thinking is, like, Daisy does, like, this whole jailbreak thing, where, like, coming closer to the end of the game, an animated scene plays out where Daisy breaks out of whatever she's captive in, and the player's avatar is now Daisy, and you have to run away from King Boo and Tatanga, and avoid obstacles to get to a safe place. Or, you know, maybe the bits where you play as Daisy can come in the game periodically. So, like, for one part of the game you play as Luigi, and then for other bits and sections of the game you play as Daisy, who's actively escaping and trying to find Luigi. And then at some point, while you're playing as Daisy, you get to find Luigi, and maybe, you know, fight the final boss with her. And when it comes to, like, a bonus multiplayer mode, you can have one player play as Luigi and the other player play as Daisy. For player 3 and 4, I don't know, maybe new characters that might be introduced. Maybe E-gadd and like Polterpup. I don't know, I'd like to play as them. Now, while I think Daisy, Ceresaland subjects, and Tatanga are great for another Luigi's Mansion game, there is also another character I think would be pretty cool to see. Luigi's forgotten rival, Waluigi. Now, you all are probably thinking, Crystile, what the hell is Waluigi gonna do in Luigi's Mansion? Scream wah instead of boo or some shit? Well, what if, hypothetically, Waluigi was an important part of the story? Maybe Waluigi could be hired by Tatanga or King Boo to take down Luigi, and he's like, you know, the boss you fight before you fight the really big bosses. Or what if there is a giant plot twist where Waluigi is actually revealed to be the mastermind behind the entire game, and he is the one who brought King Boo and Tatanga together, and instead of having King Boo and Tatanga be the final bosses, Waluigi is actually the surprise final boss. Bro's sick and tired of being behind Luigi and not being in Smash, so he's like, "Wah, I'm gonna steal your game, Luigi. I'm gonna get the villains. I'm gonna take over Daisy's castle or something. I don't know." But hey, that's just an idea. A game idea. So yeah, thanks for watching me ramble about something that, knowing Nintendo, will probably never happen. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. And if you have any cool ideas for a new Luigi's Mansion game. Also, the Super Mario movie is among us, so comment about that too. I'd like to see you guys' thoughts and feelings about that whole ordeal too. I'm personally very excited to see how things go down in the movie, and Chris Pratt's Mario voice doesn't actually bother me that much anymore. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Follow me on all my other socials, and I'll see you whenever the next video is. Bye bye.
I got the rap control on the